Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make some icicle lights. I got a spool of white, and what I did is I want to put a bunch of icicles along one string of power that has been rectified. And so what I did is I bought these because although these are a three-way, I needed a way to connect the rope light to a cable at which I can then splice on later on. So the most economical way was to buy these. Could have bought one of these, but I don't need a plug for every icicle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to cut the end of it off. Okay? Don't need that anymore. Now with these, I'm going to bare back about an inch or so of the insulation. And we'll see if I got it. I'm trying to be very careful not to cut any more than just the outer cover. And if I did cut more, I just start over. So there's one. Two. And three. Now, this is my rope light, and it's a LED light, and they can be cut about every 19.5 inches or so, just like it says right here. I don't know if you can see it, but they got a little X right there with the scissor mark, and I'm just going to go right in there and I'm going to chop that. Now, since I've been pulling it off the spool this way, that's how I want it to wire up. So I need to take one of these little pins that allows me to connect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I line it up properly, and I'm going to shove these pins right into the rope light, and then I'm going to orientate it correctly in here and let it go together and shove it together. There, I have one icicle that's close to being finished. Now I need to reach in and get me one of these end caps. And that's going to take care of that part. Alright? And I'll do the same with the rest of them a little bit. Now from here, we need to waterproof. I bought a whole bunch of this heat shrink, and it's pretty expensive. I thought they were quite expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get 2 out of 1, because it'll save me some money, and I don't think that I'm going to be in that much trouble with the elements anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to cut it into a long strip. I'm going to use one end on this end and one end on that end. Then I'm going to take this heat shrink, and I'm not going to split it right in half. I'm going to favor it a little bit, because I'm going to use the smaller end down here on the end cap and the bigger end up here. So make sure that's on nice and tight. I'm going to take this, I'm going to wrap it super tight, and I'm going to stretch it just like it would be electrical tape around the joint until I'm right sure that I got it pretty much sealed between the end cap and the rope light. I'm going to slide this part over till it's about just covered my tape. Take this heat gun and I'm going to shrink it down. I don't know if you can see all this, but I am going to heat it up, and it slowly shrinks and conforms around the end cap and get it nice and hot, and it'll just suck down real tight and actually seal this off real nice. And that's going to do it for that one. Then I'm going to come over here to the other cap, and I'm going to do the same thing. I should have tested this to see if it lit up, but I'm going to take a shot that I did it right on the first try. If it doesn't, I'll end up wasting all this. But I'm going to go ahead and do it for the sake of doing this video. And I'm going to try and get this around there real nice and tight. Then I'm going to take the bigger of the two heat shrinks. I'm going to slide it over. I'm going to get it to where it's on both the connector and the rope light. You can watch it just close up. And as it gets real hot, it also gets real gummy and makes a nice seal so that no water can get into our connection. All right, voila, we have one icicle. Now, in order to make them straight, I bought some of this channel, which we're going to insert this rope light into this channel. We're going to feed it all the way down. I'm going to mark right here where I want it to end, right where our splice is. I'll take it over here. I should have cut it a little slower, but it didn't ruin it. But it did kind of pop. And there. We have an icicle that's ready to go online. I'll show you one that's already made. Here's one I made earlier, and this one is made with the AC and the rectifier. Eventually, this will tap in along with 10 more on each circuit, but I'm waiting for my connectors to come in from Amazon. So tomorrow, we'll see how that works. And there's your icicle.